like lion, keeping Biafra safe from Zion. Oh, Mama Biafra, your children they cry. Finland free our prime minister. We no go lie. Our enemy they try to annihilate. Free am now before it's too late. Freedom no be small something. Now waiting we dey demand without fronting. Biafra land we want them strong. We Simon that bar we go march along. From the east to the west we dey shout. Mama Biafra, yeah, I'll call no doubt. Enemies close, but we stand up tall. Together we rise, we no go follow. Oh, Mama Biafra, your children they cry. Finland free our prime minister. We no go lie. Our enemy they try to annihilate. Freedom now before it's too late. In unity we go they strive. Fight for freedom, we go alive. With courage and strength we they fight. Mama Biafra, our guiding light. Your children they cry. Finland free our prime minister. We no go lie. Our enemy they try to annihilate. Free am now before it's too late. Freedom no be small something. Now waiting we dey demand without fronting. Biafra land we want them strong. Simon and Paul, we go march along. From the east to the west, we they shout. Mama Biafra, yeah, oh, I call no doubt. Enemies close, but we stand tall. Together we rise, we no go fall.
Those who from their mother's womb are born do this very well. You must be very, very strong.
When the Poroku, Nijimwero Mekumu Biafra, when the Siputa, Makamwero Mekaninaga, Biko Kulien, Ogeruo, Biko Kulien, Iyamalike.
Oh, when the Poroku, Makamwero wangi. Oh, when the Puruchekwa, Makamwero Wemu Biafra. Biko Kulien, Ogeruo, Biko Kulien, Iyamalike, Ogeruo. The spirit of Biafra, Biko Kulien.
Odike, Mosike, Rurachobadike, Biko Kunye, Biko Kunye, Jamadike, the Prime Minister of Biafra Republic Government in SI, Master Simon M. It want to smooth to swing up and in Naibuna. New brother and grandpa, my Yabudo, or Guinea. Master Simon M. Emesu Wokore, Onyendu. Ihe Jamadike, Imapa Simon M. Ihe Jamadike, Simon M. Watatabo. We were on your looking at the data. I will follow you, I will follow you, I will follow you, never look back. I will follow you. What Prime Minister will on it? I think I want to go, I will follow you. I will follow you. I will follow you. What's that on it? The question is this. If Nigerian government failed to organize a referendum for children of Biafra, are you ready to lead us to do anything in order to get freedom from Biafra? And I'm going to be number one to follow you. If you are looking for 100 men, you will find 50 in me. Ogwe Bucharangwe, Master Simon Efa, or Guinea.
Master Simon Efa, Biko, GC, Kaka, Nobu. Atakata walk kind of walk. Ojuda way, we will only Kine Menata.
I am 50 men, oh yes, and I said, Bros, I will follow you, I will follow you, I will follow you, never look back, I will follow you. For Prime Minister, we're on it, and you got one who got to follow you, and I will follow you. I will follow you. What's that on oh, Madike Biafra, Dahi Poroka Biarole. Iye Jamadike, Biafra Republic Government Awuchie. Iye Jamadike, Commander General Lekweshiri. General Raputuso, Sona Atakata War. The Holy Ghost, Okonyendu Borokunu Nazatata. Iko Kuye, Okebo. Iko Kuye, Iye Jamadike, Okebo. Iko Kuye, Iye Jamadike, Okebo.
Ra onye jiri ndụ ya wee chacha maka Biafra. Wee rọpụtara anyị onye ndu ihe Simon Ekpa Ọbatobiye.
Witness me, I want to remain in the spirit because we must worship heaven. We answer your name, O Lord of hosts. Everything about us is designed to offer glory unto thee. We have atoned for our sins last year. This very year we have not only atoned for our sins, we have sealed, we have shed blood, they have shed our blood. We have let our sacrifice be made unto thee. Even on the 30th of August, as we are being felled by the bullets of the enemy, by the workers of iniquity and of darkness, we remain very strong today to beckon upon thee, to ask you for your mercy and for your grace, to ensure that your kingdom is restored upon the face of the earth, that you can bring your healing hand to bear upon the life of those of them that you created for one singular purpose, and that purpose alone, which is to worship you in truth and in every honesty. Is there any way that we have erred? Is there any way that our ancestors may have sinned? We confess before a congregation of the whole of humanity to ask you, oh Lord of hosts, to have mercy on us. You must have mercy upon us. We have suffered enough. We have been subjugated enough. We have been tortured enough. We have been imprisoned enough. We did not do these people anything. Our only crime is to answer your name. Our only crime is to be born your children. Our only crime is to excel at everything that we place our hands into. Our only crime is to exhibit your glory and your blessing, which manifestedly is upon our lives every blessed day. That is why they want to kill us. That is why the British want to join those of them who don't know you to destroy your creation and your inheritance. You will not allow shame to befall your name. You will not allow the enemies to triumph over the lives of your children, because you created us to exist, to worship, to honor, and to praise you. That is exactly what we are going to do when this Biafra comes. It will come in truth and in every honesty, because we remain every blessed day whiter than white and whiter than snow. Is there any way that we have sinned that you cannot forgive us our trespasses, to enable us to fulfill your own word, which was spoken thousands of years ago, that instead of what you promised not to come to pass, that heaven and earth will cease to exist? You opened your mouth to bless mankind to the coming of Yahweh Yeshua, who came here and said, let your kingdom come on earth as it is in heaven. Those words can never be in vain, because they are anchored upon your holiness and your magnificence. That is why in the end we know that Biafra will come, that these children that we have given birth to all over the world, and their children, and their children, and their children, as long as they give birth to them and they are Biafrans, they will worship you in truth and honesty. Through this very work we are doing, mankind will come to understand you. Let your miracle be wrought in our lives. Let us witness and behold your magnificence, your holiness, your mystery, and your grace. Under our command, O Lord of hosts, we call upon you. We call upon you to heal. We call upon you to provide succor to those of them who are inconsolable. We ask you to come and strengthen those who are weak. We ask you to restore hope where there is hopelessness. We ask you for inclusion where there is destitution. We ask you for one brotherhood, one camaraderie, one bone, one blood, and one flesh of your children. The Efiks and the Bibios, the Izon, the Shekiri, the Isobos, and also those of them from Isoto. We are traveling all the way to the lands of Igala. We are moving on from there to Idoma, to Igede, to the territories of the Igbo land. All these places we dedicate unto thee. All these lands of yours, we ask you to cover it with your mercy, because Biafra will come, and when it does, we will dance on the streets. I'm telling you, by the time that we are done, humanity will think that we are mad, we are drunk in your glory, and rightfully so, because your kingdom will come to rest upon this very earth. That very kingdom is the unadulterated, non-negotiable sovereignty of the Republic of Biafra, that your will may be fulfilled in our time. All this we pray, all these we ask for, in no other name apart from that name that belongs to you. He said,
thank you. All right. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so very much. All right, we continue to conclude. Our independence is here today. On behalf of the Prime Minister, His Excellency, Eba Simon Njako Obatobie, the Prime Minister of the United States of Biafra, now therefore, the Prime Minister of Biafra Republic Government in exile, His Excellency Eba Simon Njako, by virtue of the authority and pursuant of the issues and principles recited above, do hereby solemnly proclaim that the territory and region under the 40 confederating states of Biafra, together with her continental shelf and territorial waters, shall henceforth regain her independence and act as an independent sovereign state with the name and title of the United States of Biafra. So shall it be. The people of the United States of Biafra want to be free in a country where the police and the military are sworn to the Constitution and not to the president, head of state, politicians, or anyone else, where no man is above the law, where the police and military are empowered to question inhumane orders from unscrupulous politicians. And if such order is to invade a community and kill everyone there, they will say, hell no, what are you talking about? What the hell are you talking about? The United States of Biafra, as an independent country, joins the United States of America in proclaiming that all men are created equal.
I believe that everyone must invest. What if you don't? Most likely,
with certain inalienable rights, including the right to life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness. Can you scream? The United States of Biafra envisions a country where peace, unity, equity, and progress shall prevail. My fellow Biafrans, let's join hands and make it a reality. God bless you, and God bless the United States of Biafra. Eba Simon and Jaco.
What the vibes? Struggle autopilot until
Unless you understand your role in society, you can never ever make any meaningful contribution. According to the Greeks, there are three types of people on this earth: the idiots, the tribesmen, and the citizens. People don't know the meaning of the word idiot. They think it's an insult. It's not an insult. When the Greeks used the word idiots, they did not use it as a curse word. Idiots are people who just do not care. That is the original meaning of the word. If they write exams, they will cheat. If they are in government, they will steal. An idiot does not care at all. If he eats banana, he throws the peel anywhere instead of putting it in a trash can. According to the Greeks, some societies have more idiots than tribesmen and citizens. As I used to say before, Nigeria is full of idiots. Idiots. You must understand this. The greatest task on this very earth is to get a black man to reason like a human being. The same way, it's just like trying to keep an Igbo man away from gossip. Hey, it's impossible now. Come on, for goodness sake. How can you keep an Igbo man away from gossip? Oh no, please, give me a break. Anywhere there is gossip, you find them there. Gossip, the gossip is sweeter than honey from Igbo. Gossip. Unverified rumors and gossip is like honey to them. That is how hard it is trying to remove the bottle from the mouth of a baby saboteur. Is as hard as trying to get a black man to reason properly.
Before, Southern Sudan fought a war for 30 years. 30. Our own was only 3 years. Only our boss. 3 years only. Everybody ran away. Only 3 years. We don't want to build men that at the slightest sight of difficulty, they run away. We want to weed out all the chaffs. We need those that can sustain. Those who are relentless in the pursuit of our freedom until our freedom comes. No retreat and no surrender. How do you get them?
Buying and selling has put us into wait and take business in anything we want to do. Whatever that will take us time, we don't want it again.
Nobody wants
the problem with people.
You know your people, at the slightest sign of difficulty, because they are used to buying and selling, they will run away.
Somebody is telling me here, he doesn't want to even go back to that zoo set or whatever.
But I said something before.
All right. So we are reading from the book of Obadiah, from chapter 1 from verse 10. He said, "For violence against your brother Jacob, for violence against your brother Jacob, shame shall cover you, and you shall be cut off forever." Are you all listening? Let me repeat it again. The book of Obadiah, chapter 1, verse 10, say, "For violence against your brother Jacob, shame shall cover you, and you shall be cut off forever." All of you have seen the way the people who claim to be fighting for Biafra, you know that this is a special week we are, okay? What has happened today? Some of them, all the things they have done in the past, they have gone back to it and start taking glory. They are taking glory. After they wage violence against their own brother. Let me read from 11. In this one, go to Nigeria. "In the day that you stood on the other side, in the day that you stood on the other side, in the day that strangers carried captive his forces, when foreigners entered his gate and cast lot for Jerusalem, even you were as one of them. Hey! Are you people following? The book of Obadiah, chapter 1, verse 11, say, in the day that you stood on the other side, in the day that strangers, Fulani government and their politicians, strangers carried captive his forces, when strangers entered his gate, when strangers entered our land and they cast lots for Jerusalem, even you, the people that claim they are fighting for Biafra, even you were one of them. Even you were one of the strangers. Even you were one of those who have come to carry the forces captive. You know, I give them topic. I don't know whether they have finished discussing yesterday. Have they finished discussing yesterday? Because I see a lot of them running mad on social media. Simon Ekpa, nobody. Simon Ekpa is this. Simon Ekpa did this. Simon Ekpa did that. I am telling you now, Chinas and Woru, for the last time, if anything happened to any member of our gallant men, I don't need to tell you what will happen. Because I am addressing you officially for the very first time. This is not the first time you threaten our gallant men and they got killed after that. Today, we know how you are positioning the people that are criminals, just like the criminal in Finland, positioning the coordinators and all that to fight, and you are blocking everybody from, like for example now, they have blocked everybody that they should not post my videos. So how could the people who are blindly following criminals in IPOB will listen to this broadcast now and begin to recollect something we have been shouting long time ago? How can they now watch my video to liberate themselves? But one day, they will get tired of being segregated. Segregation. I want you to listen.
Those are my life.
Those who say Simon Ekpa is their problem, Simon Ekpa will remain your problem. Those who say Biafra will not come, you will not live to see Biafra. Or for Aijaga. I told them, Nkita na church ubosowa de anjo. I am not a gentleman. Do not think that I'm a gentleman because I have been voted as a Biafra Prime Minister of the Biafra Republic government in exile. I am not that kind of Prime Minister of a state that is an independent state. A Prime Minister is a Prime Minister of freedom fighting, of a country that is in exile, still fighting for freedom. So do not think, because I'm wearing suit, you will do anyhow and you go free with it. No. I'm a no-nonsense person. And I will hunt you with everything in me, legally and otherwise, when I want to. So those who make Simon Ekpa their problem, Simon Ekpa will indeed be your problem. And everything that follows me will be your problem. It is very, very funny that some people, after having had the opportunity to sit in a meeting with me and know how I handle things, they allow the devil to possess them. And they begin to make mess of themselves. They fired the first shot, they failed. They fired the second shot, they failed. And they know that I never miss a target.
I never miss a target. And I will never miss a target. I will strike when you least expected.
All of us Biafrans in the British cabinet, the Defense of Homeland, the Biafran Liberation Forces, the Biafran Army, we have vowed in our life. We are going to continue this same call, this same place that our Prime Minister Simon Eber has. Nobody will stop that. I want to let Biafrans know that our Prime Minister Simon Eber has set all the structures in place for Biafra restoration from the beginning to the end. So, message, Biafra men and women hear that ugly message from those that claim they are following our Prime Minister. Meanwhile, they were planted to destroy what we are doing. And it is the task of each and every one of us here to make sure that Biafra land is a land where respect for men and women exists. Respect, equity, justice, inequality exists. That is what the United States of Biafra is going to stand for. Anybody following individuals that believe that therefore cannot talk to them, those crop of individuals do not belong to the current Biafra we are building. Nobody will bring them near. Not why some of us are here. So I'm going to get back in touch with you or give me a call in the next 24 to 48 hours. And we already have a plan in place. Our young men and women, nobody will demean you. Nobody will demean you. You all saw our attorney who confirmed our redeclaration. She's a young lady like some of you, and she knows what is playing out. She stood in Finland and declared that this generation, the next generation, can never, ever be undermined by any individual who believes because he is a man, he can undermine the woman in Biafra land. That will never happen. We will chase them so far from the leadership of this United States of Biafra. Thank you so much, and give me a call in the next 12 to 2 for lives. How New Dimension Monday has saved their lives. You will see all that when you go to the website www.newdimensionmonday.org. Those individuals spreading lies on social media, either they know, but they want to continue to do what they do by using the name of Obatoobie to go and start propagating lies to unsuspecting Biafrans who may or may not believe them. But one thing we know is that they will be relegated to the trash can of Biafra history. That is where they will end up in. As our own Adonai has said, and as our finance minister has said, our prime minister is fully aware of the functioning and the modus operandi of New Dimension Mandate. All the people that are working on the back end of New Dimension Mandate, our prime minister is fully aware of them. So when they say that our local bank account is tied to an Islamic bank, these are all propaganda. And I tell people, Biafrans do not discriminate against anybody. We are a nation that upholds the dignity of every individual. We uphold the equality. We uphold the rights of every citizen. Biafra and New Dimension Monday makes the world a better place. So those individuals that comes out to castigate other tribes, other religions, they are not part of building of Biafra. Even our own leader, Nnamdi Kanu, when he was in prison before, he paid for Hausa citizens to gain their freedom from the DSS dungeon of Nigerian government. Nnamdi Kanu did that. So anybody that comes out today to create that division between Biafrans and the Hausas or anybody. That individual is not propagating the message of either our leader Nnamdi Kanu or our Prime Minister Simon Ekpa. These are non-entities that have no place in the history of the United States of Biafra.
That's right.
Going around deceiving non-suspecting individuals, getting people confused, getting people to think negatively about what our Prime Minister has set up and has approved.
I want to encourage every Biafrans to be very, very, very resolute and focused. The difference between us, the Biafra people, and those that are blackmailing and propagating all manner of falsehood against us is that they are two-faced people, corrupt, very unbalanced people, and we are not two-faced. These people that are parading and spreading all this falsehood against us are those who believe in Biafra and they believe in Nigeria.
Welcome, 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 welcome. Good morning, Biafrans, wherever you are watching this program from. I appreciate you and I welcome you to this amazing program today. Wherever you are watching me from, if you are watching me from Facebook, I welcome you. You're watching from TikTok, I welcome you. If you're watching me from David Harbour channel on YouTube, which is where I'm hosting this program, I welcome you also. I appreciate everyone that have joined, and I say good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Accept my greetings according to your time zone. For the sake of those who are joining us today for the very first time, either you are joining in any of the social media network, wherever you are joining and you are here for the very first time, I want to remind you that this very platform where you are watching this program is a platform that is under the United States of Biafra. United States of Biafra under the command of our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa, and the Supreme Command of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Today, under the command of the Deputy Prime Minister, DrNgoziOrabueze. That is where we stand on this very platform. There is only one United States of Biafra. There are not two. Now you know. You have to make your decision, either continue to be with us or not to be with us. The choice is yours. Wherever you are watching this program from, I want you to understand that in this platform, we do not come here to instigate violence. We don't come here to preach hate. We do not come here to attack people or individuals. We don't come here to attack any race or religion. What we do in this platform is to propagate the gospel of Biafra. We are here to propagate the gospel of Biafra. We are here to tell the world the situation in Biafra land. We are here to expose the war that Nigerian government is fighting against the Biafran people. We are here to encourage Biafrans to continue to stand and pursue self-determination, which is their right. Pursue self-defense, which is also their right. And pursue their right to life. These rights are supported by the United Nations and other international communities. Surprisingly, these rights we are talking about that we are fighting for is also supported by Nigerian Constitution. The Nigerian Constitution supports the right to self-determination, the right to self-defense, and the right to life. But when it comes to Biafrans asking for these rights, they will twist it and make you believe that you have no rights to demand for these rights. How long shall we allow ourselves to be deceived? This deception have lasted for a very long time until we got to where we are today and we say enough is enough. These are the reasons why we come here to encourage Biafrans. And as long as you are genuinely seeking for freedom, this platform is for you. Wherever you are coming from, whatever be your ideology, whatever be your faith, whatever be your belief, whatever be your race, your tongue, or your location. If you have a question for us, a contribution to make, an objection, or a prayer to say, you are welcome in this platform. Remember, this platform represents the United States of Biafra under the Deputy Prime Minister today, DrNgoziOrabueze. When you are joining us on this platform, please try as much as possible to appear in a decent manner. If you do not appear in a decent manner, we will not admit you into the platform. You can be on the comment section, watch, and make a contribution. But if you want to appear on the platform, the link is there on the comment section. Click the link and come in, but make sure that you are appearing in a very decent manner. You must cover up yourself. You don't have to appear naked on this platform. It will not be admitted because children and the world is watching. The next thing we ask is that when you join me on this platform, try as much as possible to make your contribution in a very civil manner. It does not matter how angry you are. It doesn't matter how dissatisfied you are with what you are doing. It doesn't matter what is your own ideology. Present your case in a decent and civil manner. We can disagree to agree. You are entitled to your own opinion. The only thing that qualifies you to join us on this platform is to be a human being. As long as you're human, click that link and join me. Speak and let's hear you. But while you want to speak, beware that the whole world is watching you. The members of the cabinet of the United States of Biafra are watching you. The Deputy Prime Minister, DrNgoziOrabueze, is watching you. I bet you the Prime Minister of Biafra, Republic of Nigeria, today, United States of Biafra, our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ebanjoko, is also watching. So when you are appearing, appear in a decent manner. Present your case. If I can't answer your question, I bet you someone superior is going to come out and answer your questions. Whatever be your question, feel free to ask. And I promise you there is no question you present here that will not be able to answer. If we can answer, we will bring people who will give you an answer to your questions. That is why we are here. We have a responsibility to preach Biafra to the whole world. Our purpose of coming here on daily basis is not to attack anybody, not to push propaganda and blackmail against anybody. Our purpose of coming here every day is not for saga. All we are coming here is to create awareness, seek for a solution and way forward. Because today we have a country to protect. We have a country to defend. We have a country that has to seek for recognition, and we are already seeking for recognition. A young nation that is just barely less than a month old. Less than a month old. The United States of Biafra, the youngest nation in the world. That nation today needs pampering. It needs milk. It needs water. We need to feed it with soft food so that it will grow to what we want it to be. Today, we are supposed to be busy on how to get food for the young nation that is being born. It is our responsibility as Biafrans to feed this young nation and make sure that it grows healthy. Not just growing, grow healthy to the standard that we want. It is you and I that we do it. Then I ask you, what are you doing? How are you making your own impact in this new nation? It is not just enough to come and talk about recognition. How are you representing Biafra in your own little corner? Are you representing Biafra, United States of Biafra, in blackmail and propaganda against your brother, your sister? Are you representing United States of Biafra in lies? Ask yourself, those content you are posting, those you are following and promoting their content, is that content promoting Biafra? Is those content marketing Biafra or demarketing Biafra? For those latecomers who, out of their ignorance, are pitching their tent on the wrong path, I will urge you to take your time, look through events that happened in the past, or possibly ask those who are there before you and listen. In as much as most of the people who were there a long time are also deceitful, there are contents out there that you can watch that will help you to make your decisions. One of those content that you watch that will make you to make up your decisions, where you belong, where to support, and which angle is the right angle. One of the most recent content is this very convention in Finland, Lahti. The convention in Finland, Lahti, that started on the 29th, more especially on that 29th of Declaration of Biafra. Go and watch that content. Take your time. Remove every sentiment from your mind. Remove every hatred in your mind. Remove every jealousy and selfishness on what you have been told. Watch those videos with your free mind. Then you will know where to pitch your tent. If you watch those contents, the most recent, you will know where to stand. Our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa, kept a structure that every one of us must follow. Remember, this is a freedom fighting. It is stage by stage. We move from sensitization to declaration. And from declaration, today we are in recognition. It is a process. And there are structures that have been put on the ground by the leader of this movement today, Prime Minister Mazi Simon Ekpa, the Upholding of Biafra land. That structure is not hidden, it's in the open. One of the beautiful things about this Biafran restoration is that everything is being done in a way that you will understand, no matter how unschooled you are. If you pay attention, you will understand the ABC of this restoration. You will understand the ABC of this restoration of Biafra under our Prime Minister Mazi Simon Ekpa. Before the events that happened that kept him away from us for some time now, he was asked, what if you are not there? What will happen? Who is going to take over? 2 times he was asked in a program that the whole world were watching, and he said, there is a structure. He said, there is a structure. He did not answer that question under duress. If you are a follower of Mazi Simon Ekpa, you know that he plans ahead of time. His plans are always 10 years ahead. That is what he plans. And when he tells you there's a structure, it wasn't a joke. Remember when our president was speaking, he said, the strategies to restore Biafra is a multi-dimension. The structure to restore Biafra is a multi-dimension. And he said it is from plan A to Z. He said it is from plan A to Z. And in that plan A to Z, we have not even reached to plan B or C, let alone going down. That before we can be able to implement all these plans, Biafra definitely will be fully resolved on the ground. I am only reminding you this for you to know that Mazi Simon Ekpa is not somebody that keeps things open without filling the gaps. Some of the questions today people are asking has been answered, including the people that made you to be asking this question. They were there when these questions were answered. The videos are still online. The structure of this restoration, including those who are not even in this struggle, know the structure. People who are the enemies of Biafra know the structure. Everybody knows the structure. It is not something that, it is not, it doesn't need any interpretation, the structure of this struggle. That was why today, when you see the report of the media today, they are reporting the comments of the Deputy Prime Minister, DrNgoziOrabueze. The media knows about it. The Zoo media are reporting about it. Some of you must have seen the report of Sahara Reporter. You know, Sahara Report is one of the idiotic media that reports nonsense. But in the midst of their reporting rubbish, you saw Sahara Reporter reporting about the issue of Biafra. And in their report, you had their statement, Deputy Prime Minister. That was how our Deputy Prime Minister was addressed. And it is not strange. It is not strange. There has been some other reports since then. So many people that are following up have seen what is happening. And they are all following up. You don't need to be in this struggle for you to know the structure of this very restoration mode that we are under the command of our Prime Minister, Simon Ekpa. He is so open that even if you are an enemy, you will see the structure where he's going. That is why he announced what he wants to do ahead of time. Master Simon Ekpa is not scared of telling you what he will do. He will tell you what he wants to do ahead of time. I will go ahead and do it. That is why in one of his broadcasts he said, for those who are trying to stop him, for those who are trying to distract him, or for those who are trying to sabotage the struggle of Biafra, he said you can continue to try. That no matter how you try, you cannot. You will try, but you will not succeed in that sabotage. Our Prime Minister said it, and he has a reason for saying all those things. When you are standing with the truth, only the truth can stand the test of time. It doesn't matter what the enemies are saying out there. It doesn't matter what people think about you today. What matters is what people are going to say about you in time to come. That is what matters. The only thing that matters is what people are going to say about you in the next 10 years to come. Let's take, for example, our Supreme Leader Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. Years back, the people that are today praising Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, calling him an angel, people that are today accepting Mazen Nnamdi Kanu as the leader of the entire Biafra land, the people today that exalt him and preach him as an angel of peace, these were the people who were calling for his head years back. I bet you to go and check all the politicians that are advocating for his release today. The elites that come to their social media network, come to their conventional medias and speak in favor of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. Go and check what they were doing 4 or 5 years back. Go and check them. In fact, some of them were the people that participated in the kidnapping of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu actively, even financially. So many of them, they were the ones that participated. But today, all of them are the advocates of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. All of a sudden, they realize, oh, he was right. He was not violent. He was very peaceful. He was demanding for his rights. What changed? Can you tell me what really changed? What suddenly changed? What were they seeing then that they are not seeing now? The only thing that changed was that they felt that they have caged him, that he has no voice anymore. They feel that they have now captured him and they keep him in cage. They feel that his message cannot resonate anymore. That is why now they are playing their political cards. But unfortunately for them, the dragon, the disciple, was there. And the disciple took up the mantle, began to preach the message. The message of the dragon resonated with every Biafran. And all the followers of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu woke up and continued to follow the disciple of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu as ordered by Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. The disciple continued. Now they transfer the aggression. That aggression they had on Mazen Nnamdi Kanu was transferred to Mazi Simon Ekpa. They called for his head. They wrote petition. It became an open battle. For the very first time, money was placed on his head for his kidnap. Ransom was placed on Mazi Simon for the very first time. Ransom to be placed on a Biafran agitator in the open. They played ransom. And anybody that could go and get Mazi Simon Ekpa, dead or alive. To show how angry they are. They felt threatened with the presence of Mazi Simon Ekpa. They channeled all the anger on Mazi Simon Ekpa went as far as deviating the amount. Every one of them deviated and they focused on Mazi Simon Ekpa. Mazi Simon Ekpa took upon himself all the attack on Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Every single attack against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, he took it upon himself. At a point in time, all the enemies of Biafra united together. The IPOB Nigeria, the politicians, the elites, the caliphate, the Janjaweed, the Ifajunas, the Afonjas, they united together and all of them speaking in one voice, demanding for the kidnap of our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa. And the dragon became untouchable for them. It became a general thing. Every one of them came together in unity and they were writing petition to Finland, making calls in the open. Their conventional media, their social media, they were calling for Finland. You saw some of them on phone, on video, and they were calling Finnish authorities to apprehend our Prime Minister. Different kinds of lies have been, but it doesn't work that way. Finland is one of the well-respected countries of the world in terms of human rights. Finland is not a kangaroo country like the ones we have in Africa. For example, Kenya. Finland is a very sane country where the rule of law will always play. In the midst of all this, they never succeeded. They tried and tried and tried and never succeeded. They went ahead to begin to lobby through other countries of the world, through NATO, through the UK and all other countries. The pressure came on Finland. It was pressure. Until at a time, Finland, through their local authority, decided to investigate the lies against our Prime Minister. And from that moment, our Prime Minister was restricted from coming to social media network and from communicating to us until the investigation is over. And it's been for almost a month now. We have not been able to speak to him, hear him, ask him questions the way we used to all the time. He has been restricted. The restriction now gave chance for the Janjaweed to carry on their propaganda. Some of them say he has been locked up in the highest jail in Finland. Very laughable. Only in the zoo you can hear the kind of lies their media push out. The media in the zoo cannot tell the kind of, you can't see such kind of lie in the Western world. Any media that tells the kind of lie the zoological media is telling will be shut down immediately. They will be shut down automatically because the kind of lie you hear from the zoo is unbelievable. They lie without conscience. A lie that even a child that was born today will know that this is a lie. A man who has not been prosecuted, not taken to court. You didn't see any video that emerged where he went to court, or you never had anything from the government itself. You never, in the Finnish media, you never had anything, and you came to conclusion. And you say he has been thrown into the greatest jail. And for us, we don't care about those nonsense. We don't pay attention. We focus on where we're going. Our Prime Minister, just as we have said, from the first day, is on a special mission for Biafra. He has always spoken about the opportunity to defend Biafra anywhere. Opportunity to stand before the Finnish authority and defend Biafra. He has always called the Finnish authority to stand as a mediator between the zoo and the Biafrans. He has always called for that opportunity. And the opportunity shows himself, and he gave himself to stand for Biafra. And today, he is on that process. And he is going to join us very, very soon. But meanwhile, before he joins us, he left us a structure that we must follow. All of a sudden, some people decided that the structure of Master Simon Ekpa is no longer good for them. And they have their own structure. Some people felt that the structure Master Simon could left is not okay for them. They have their own structure. We said, okay, no problem. Since you feel that the structure of Master Simon Ekpa is not okay for you, goodbye. Good luck. Just as Master Nandekano said that if you know what you will do to get Biafra, go ahead and get it. Master Simon Ekpa also said that if you know how to get Biafra, go ahead and pursue it. We also will pursue on our own way. If you get it before us, we will see in Biafra land. If we get you before you, we see in Biafra land. Then the constitution of Biafra, the law of the land, will decide who was on the right path and who was on the wrong side. And whatever crime you have committed in the process of this struggle, you will face the full wrath of the law. So we have no problem with them. Since they have decided and said that the structure that Master Simon Ekpa kept in place is no longer okay for them, that they have something different, they went ahead, declaring themselves with different kinds of title and different kinds of name. Some of them are even changing name, giving themselves a new names. We don't have anything to do with that. Go ahead and give yourself any name you like, both your nickname and whatever name. It's up to you. But for those who are genuinely seeking for Biafra under the United States of Biafra, which was declared in Finland under the command of our Prime Minister, everyone that is there is today aligned with the structure of the Prime Minister that he left for us, whereby the Deputy Prime Minister today, DrNgoziOrabueze, COS interim, remains the person in charge, unchallenged, unarguable. You don't need anybody to interpret it for you. It is plain and clear. And for those who have made their choice to create a different structure for themselves, they should go ahead. Go ahead. You're pursuing Biafra, go ahead. But where you are going to meet your end is when you decide to go against the will of the people. When you decide to fight against the dragon, that is when you're going to meet your end. And I want to tell those of them, if you're watching, if you're one of those that are going to convince, there is a great consequence for you to stand against the office of the Prime Minister. So many times when I come here to preach, I tell you, sometimes try to detach yourself from the names that we are calling. Detach yourself from the names. When we talk about our Prime Minister, Simon Ekpa Njoko, or we talk about our Deputy Prime Minister, DrNgoziOrabueze, sometimes you detach yourself from the name. Talk about the office, which is the institution that we must defend. We must defend that institution. And once we are able to defend that institution, whoever comes in there doesn't really matter. It doesn't matter whether male, female, poor, rich, young or old. We must have to learn to build an institution. That is why today people are attacking Master Simon Ekpa indirectly. Whether you are doing it ignorantly or not, I want you to understand that every attack against the Deputy Prime Minister, DrNgoziOrabueze, is against Master Simon Ekpa, because she is standing in for Master Simon Ekpa as directed by him. Even after he went on the break, he directed for her to be the surrogate. Without even that letter, it is clear that she has been standing in for him and will continue until he comes. So whatever attack, whatever blackmail you channel against DrNgoziOrabueze is directly against our Prime Minister, Master Simon Ekpa. In case you do not know, now you know. Whatever video you post, whatever blackmail you push and support, whatever platform you go and you are preaching against DrNgoziOrabueze, you are directly attacking the office of the Prime Minister, of which DrNgoziOrabueze today is being placed here by the Prime Minister. Attack against her is an attack against Prime Minister. And there are consequences to every attack against her. There are great consequences to every attack against her. Our Prime Minister is not just an ordinary person. He's not just ordinary the way you see him. In as much as he makes himself common and accessible to everybody, he is not as common as you think. He has given warning several times. Don't fight me. Mazi Simon Ekpa have given warning. Don't fight me. If you fight me, it will not end well. Some of the people who have walked away from his structure today have been fighting him even while he was with us. Even while he was there, they would have been fighting him in the cabinet directly and indirectly. And he's aware. And he has warned on several occasions. Be careful what you do. On certain occasions, he had given an example. He warned the consequence of fighting him. And today, some people ignorantly are fighting Mazi Simon Ekpa, thinking they are fighting DrNgoziOrabueze. Some people ignorantly today. Anything you do against DrNgoziOrabueze, who is not just standing for herself, she is standing in for the office of the Prime Minister, as directed, as structured. That office of the Prime Minister, as structured. Anything you do against it is against, you are doing it against yourself. It is an attack against Mazi Simon Ekpa, and I want you to understand that in case you do not know. Now you know. Now you know, and you will begin to reason properly. And for those of you who do not know the consequence of attacking Mazi Simon Ekpa, if you don't know the consequence of attacking the office of the Prime Minister under Mazi Simon Ekpa, I am going to play an old video for you. Listen to this very video properly. Listen closely to this very video. After listening to this very video, you will understand. Listen to this very video closely. After listening to this very video, next time when you open your mouth against DrNgoziOrabueze, you will be very careful. Before you share any video against her, you'll be very careful. Remember, every attack against her is an attack against Mazi Simon Ekpa, because Mazi Simon Ekpa told her to act on his behalf as a surrogate. Apart from that, in the structure of Mazi Simon Ekpa, she is the next in line in the office of the Prime Minister. I want you to listen to this video. After listening, next time, you will mind the way you speak on these issues. Let's listen.
Is broadcast an announcement. I want to share some stories with my fellow Biafrans. If at this point you still see Simon Ekpa as your enemy, you are spiritually blind. If at this point you still go to some native doctor, you still go to some oracle to hurt Simon Ekpa for no reason, you are spiritually blind. If at this point all you do is to plan how to hurt Simon Ekpa or Biafra, or how to sabotage the Biafra freedom which is coming next year, honestly, I'm sorry for you. I want to share this very brief story with Biafrans. Somebody who I have done nothing to, somebody whom I didn't know, I've never spoken with him. Simon Ekpa has been his problem from the day Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was kidnapped. He doesn't want to hear my name. Each time he opens his mouth, all he is doing is to blackmail and want Simon Ekpa dead at all costs. It happens that this particular man went to some oracle in Oka. He went to Oka to do juju to kill himself, not me. After doing the juju, he even used a gun to kill himself, not me. After the juju, the chief priest asked him to use the gun and shoot the person they claim is Simon Ekpa. He used the gun and shoot himself, not Simon Ekpa. After that, he came out and bragged that Simon Ekpa will not last more than November. That Simon Ekpa is going to die before November end. Last week, he slumped and died. Simon Ekpa is still sitting here working for Biafra people. If you know this man that died after going to Oka to kill himself in the name of fighting Simon Ekpa, some of you know him. Some of you watching me today, some of you that refuse to repent. If you know this man and you know that he have actually died fighting against Simon Ekpa, looking for how to kill Simon Ekpa, and that have not taught you a lesson, you will be the next. You are going to be the next. Repent. Repent. If you don't want to fight Biafra again, repent and remain silent. You can't stop this movement. You can't stop this movement. You can't stop this movement. And to those people that will collect money, I don't want to advise the chief priest of different oracles. If they come to you, collect their money, do all the juju that they ask you to do. If what they ask you to do, if my hand is clean, continue to do the juju, let the juju work against them. But if my hand is not clean, according to what they have come to you, let everything you are going to do work against me. Let it work against me. But if all those things, you see, I told you people that before December ending, all of you that have gone to one place or the other trying to hunt Simon Ekpa, you will have a story to tell. If you do not tell that story, some people will tell that story by themselves. Because some of you will not be around to tell the story before the end of this December. So, I am here to remind you again to leave me alone. Let me fight this fight with God and the multitude of over 70 million Biafrans that are supporting what we are doing for their own freedom. You can't fight God. You can't fight the truth and win. I also heard that some of them are bragging, still bragging, that they are going to follow Simon Ekpa with juju until they go down, not me. So if you know this man, that you know what he did in Oka, I wouldn't mention the shrine. I wouldn't mention the oracle, so that it will not bring bad markets to them. I would not mention the oracle where he went to do this thing. After doing it, now he is dead. What did he gain? He killed himself. Because that gun he shoot at something he says Simon Ekpa in the shrine have turned around to be himself. Nobody can stop this movement for the freedom of Biafra people. We have seen death of our children during the war. After the war, Nigeria continued to kill us. Today, we have lost many people in Ehamufu, and nobody is talking.
You have just had a word from the Prime Minister of the United States of Biafra, His Excellency Mazi Simon Ekpa Njoko, the Opotobie of Biafra land, the Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of Biafra. For those of you who will say, I did not know, now you know. I have always said it. Before you speak or take side, make sure you'll be responsible for your action. There is no excuse. Oh, I was deceived. Oh, this one. Nobody's deceiving anybody. Nobody's deceiving anybody. Make sure you will be responsible for your action. The mantle today have fallen on DrNgoziOrabueze, as directed by the Prime Minister of Biafra, Republic of Exile. The office of the Prime Minister must be protected and defended. If you decide to pitch your tent somewhere else, it is up to you. You face the consequence of your action. You don't blame anybody for what happens. I urge every one of us to focus on the recognition, protection of Biafra land, and doing that which you know is right to do. I welcome you, Apostle Stephen. Welcome. Thank you for joining.
No problem.
Go ahead and speak to us. Let's hear you, Apostle Stephen.
Good morning, all. I celebrate you, sir.
You're welcome.
That is an awesome work in this kind of crucial moment. It is a really crucial moment, and you people are taking this mandate to stand in truth. After the convention, I was kind of devastated what's going on, but I thank God for you and Ugo, who did not, and others who did not deviate and remain in the truth. So in this issue, like, nobody will say that whatever the things you people cried of is already playing out. That because how can somebody say, first of all, gallant men on the ground, first, second, why should you stop fundraising? How can it be I hand a woman to be governing? But you people were, which means their heart was out of the declaration. This woman, if I've not been that he have taken this step, these people supposed to have, in short, the devil have used them. Devil used them to destroy what that had taken a sleepless night. Many of you helping the PM, strong will, fighting for this, not knowing that these people are little insect that destroyed the vine. They were inside and they were being bought over. I saw them, all of them sitting down, which means if it being that is possible, they have already supposed to even release an attack against that woman on when he was declaring, making a speech on that very day. And all of them were sitting down after everything. After everything. Thank God they thought that the woman was alone. He did not know that, like what the PM normally say, what you did not know is bigger than you. I thank God for him. I thank God for him. I thank God for you. I thank God for that dangerous woman. It's a strong woman. It's not even talking about, all of them are talking and vibrating. But at least Biafrans has known that this is our enemies. This is the real enemy of Biafra. And the more they do it, in fact, there's nothing like Bianco Juku. I did not see Bianco Juku in the BM invitation. I am seeing, this is the people that contacted Bianco Juku. If Bianco Juku did anything at all, it means that the Bianco Juku lied on their shoulder. Bianco Juku acted on the platform they set. These people are, in fact, even in any land they are, the land will fight against them. A man called Bam. Nonsense. Why can God cannot be mocked? Because whatever a man sow, that is what he will reap.
Absolutely.
God cannot be mocked. God cannot be mocked. After all this, they just came up and begin to talk. Anyway, God had made it. That Biafra said that he's giving them 2 weeks. I found out that it will not even reach 2 weeks. But one of the issues is that if you rise like Judas Iscariot, Judas that is callous, God will handle you. You will end as Judas. Yes. All of them will end as Judas. They already lost it. What I pray that all the Biafran that I have, my own heart have been healed already. My own heart have been healed already. Because I had it. Immediately this issue start, I said, what? After, even if you are confused, why can't you give a day, week, before you begin to bring all your shenanigans, before you begin to make up everything? What our enemy will be saying. But glory be to God, even our enemy now is joining us, knowing that this is the truth. The Biafra have been declared that nobody can change it. And now they are talking about charter. You declared Biafra, you have constitution. Instead of you to work in constitution, you begin to talk about charter. Charter dies the very day the Biafra was declared. Charter he collapsed the day the Biafra was declared. Whatever you are doing, you must work in the government. He went and began to let all this fake name, two name, a man. No, within a short time, it will not pass January. All of them are gone. They are gone. They are gone. I use the word of our PM. They say these people, they are gone. And when they are gone, it's completely gone. Biafra has come to stay, and Biafra have been declared. We have, it's not a Biafra government in exile. What we have now is a Biafra United States of Biafra. That is what we have. And whatever parallel government they are bringing, their enemies laughing at them because they cannot do anything. Even the whole world know what is going on. My prayer is that God should facilitate the coming of PM. Let him come and join us because work is tedious. And I pray for more grace. I pray for more resources for all you media team. You people are doing a wonderful work. May God increase your capacity in Jesus' name. Amen. I thank all the Biafrans. All of us, we are safe hand. We are in safe hand. Forget about propaganda. All those in the propaganda, you know, carry water, at all. That mama is in the light channel, and everybody, all the cabinet are in light channel. May God keep Biafra. Biafra has come. Our shame, God will turn it to glory. He will give us double glory for what he has suffered. Amen. All the time he has come in existence. Amen. Thank you, and that's where I can stop now.
Thank you so much, Apostle. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for that word of encouragement. I appreciate you. Biafrans also appreciate you. We are very happy. We know that those of us who are on the spiritual side are giving us the backup, and we appreciate it. We can feel it and we can see it. We don't ignore anything that comes from the side of children of people. We don't ignore it. We know our spiritual master Nandekano is somebody who doesn't joke with spiritual things. He doesn't joke with anything that has to do with Chukwukana. Likewise, our prime minister, he doesn't joke with anything that has to do with that side. So that is why each time it happens, we look through and we follow up. I appreciate you so much for coming up. Thank you so much, Apostle. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Thank you. So, my fellow Biafrans, you have just had a very warm and encouraging message. Just as you see, so many of us are weak, so many of us are down. But today, the table have already changed. The table have already changed, and that is how it is. Without effort, what did we do? We are not pushing any propaganda. We are not joining them in most of the things we are talking about are the things they bring forward. They bring issues, they push it, and then we just make a statement to counter it. And that is what we did. We never push any propaganda against any one of them. I've never seen the deputy prime minister has never stood on a platform to begin to attack anybody or push any propaganda against. No. They are the ones that bring out issues, and she sorts those issues out. And that's what I've been doing. And today, Biafrans have seen the truth, and nothing but the truth, and that is how it will remain. Just for the time. My sister Monaco say, once you are gone, you are gone. Once you are gone, it just feel. Once you are gone, you are gone. There's no remedy. And the beautiful thing about Biafran people is that Biafran people are the people you cannot play with. You can't play with us. You can't. No matter how you try, you can't play with us. You can't try to convince us. They have used divide and rule for a long time. The British are the one that planted this divide and rule. They went and lectured the Janjaweed. They lectured the Janjaweed on how to use the divide and rule to manipulate the so-called Nigeria. A contraption where you took people from regions that has nothing to do with each other and you force them to be together. Force people to be together. People that has nothing in common. And you think that it's going to work. It cannot work anywhere and it cannot stand. That very contraption that was formed by the British has fallen. And we never ever rise again. So wherever you are as a Biafran, it is time for you to embrace the reality of today and continue to support the government of Biafra, which is where we are today. Our government must be supported. We know the attack we are getting, where it is coming from. We know those who are sponsoring our enemies. Left for the Janjaweed, they cannot be able to put us back. Left for these people who call themselves sabotage, the Ifajunas and their Fonjas, they can't do anything. Biafrans are very strong people with strong will, and they know what they want. Propaganda doesn't move Biafrans. Blackmail doesn't move Biafrans. These are people, intelligent people that knows what they want. But we know where our problem is coming from. And they will not succeed. No matter how they try. They will continue to try, but each time they try, they will fail. Just as they have failed now, they will continue to fail. We have to be focused because something is about to happen. We are going to enter into 2025, a time that things will happen. Already, we have started seeing things that are already being planned and going on. I urge every one of you to continue in your own path. Continue to do whatever you know you can do to see that the Biafran people are being recognized. The recognition of Biafra is going to be generated by you and I. What you do, what you say, that will determine if we'll be recognized or will not be recognized. In pursuance of this recognition, in pursuance to be recognized, we have to do one thing or the other on our own way, in our little way. We have to start doing something. And you have to ask yourself, in your own little corner, how are you representing Biafra? In your own little corner, how are you representing Biafra? This is not the time to be ashamed. This is not the time to hide. It is the time. That is why today, anybody that is claimed to be talking about Biafra and cannot give us your real name, your real identity, you can't even show yourself. You are hiding. You are hiding. You're still hiding at this point. You don't mean it. You're not for Biafra. Anybody that claims to be fighting for Biafra, at this point, you are still hiding on the keyboard. You type. You hide and type. You don't have that boldness to come out and speak at this point. You are not serious. We cannot take you serious, and we can't listen to you. And I urge every Biafran, before you pay attention to anybody, those of them who are hiding their identity, these people are not there for you. In the morning, you will come and talk about Biafra. In the night, you go and talk about one Nigeria. So many of them have different platforms. One of the platforms they support Nigeria, one of the platforms they support Biafra. In the same lane now, some of them today, you see them, some of them will go and support the Ifajunans in Biafra land, and they will come and tell you they are supporting Master Simon Ekpa. For you to follow anybody in this struggle at this stage, in this time that we are fighting for recognition, no international community will recognize an invisible man. No international community will recognize somebody that have double identity. We cannot build another zoo. We cannot build another Nigeria. What we want to build is the United States of Biafra, a place where things will be done lawfully accordingly. You are going to get whatever you want according to your qualification. Your qualification can fetch you what you want, not by blackmail or propaganda. In Biafra, fraud cannot foster. It cannot. You cannot be fraudulent and succeed in Biafra. The Biafran government is doing everything humanly possible to make sure that fraud is reduced to the barest minimum. You will always find a criminal everywhere. You always see them. You cannot weed them away, but we have to reduce it to the barest minimum in Biafra land. We must reduce it to the lowest minimum in Biafra land, and that is what we must do. Wherever you are as a Biafran, the battle we are fighting today is not just against the caliphate, not just against the Ifajunas and Afonjas. It is against also the international interests. There are some international interests that don't want us to be free. There are some international interests that don't want us to be free. They know that we are pursuing a just cause. They know very well. Just like the detention of our Prime Minister today. The restriction of our Prime Minister today is something that must be done because of the pressure from other international communities against Finland. Finland has to clear their record to show that they are not in support directly to Master Simon Ekpa. It is their law. It is in their constitution. So they have to follow their own law. They cannot change their law because of us, Biafrans. The Finnish government have their own law. Finnish people have their own law. And they want to follow it accordingly. We know there are Western pressure on them. We know there are Western pressure on them. The British and their cohort have interest in Nigeria, are mounting pressure to see that their own interest is being protected. And I believe that Chukwu Okike will not allow Finland government to give in, no matter the kind of pressure that comes on them. I strongly believe that the Finnish authority and the government will do the needful, because what they are doing today is what they are supposed to do. Whatever the Finnish authority is doing is what they're supposed to do. Nobody should be worried about that. They cannot change their own constitution because of us. But I bet you, based on their human rights record, all things is going to turn for good for us. Because our Prime Minister has not committed any crime. We, the Biafran people, are pursuing our legitimate right to self-determination, right to self-defense, and the right to life. These are rights that are supported by international law, rights that Chukwu Okike have given to human. International law supports it. To an extent, Nigerian law itself supports self-determination, supports self-defense, and supports right to life. But when it comes to the issue of Biafra, they make you feel as if you're committing a crime because you are defending yourself. They make you feel you're committing a crime because you're asking for self-determination, which is a lie. Every one of us must be focused. Don't get distracted. We know our real enemy, and we must not take our eyes off them. Every eye must be on the rising sun. Every eye must be on the rising sun. You're welcome, Okuchuku. You're welcome. Thank you for joining the program, Okuchuku. You're welcome. Go ahead and speak to Biafrans. Let's hear you out.
Good morning, Biafrans. Good morning to you, Choose.
Good morning, my brother.
Happy Christmas in arrears.
Same to you.
Every Biafran.
Same to you, my brother. Thank you.
Frankly, for a while now, I have not been coming in frequently as I used to. is due to I am down somehow spiritually due to what is happening in the course of this struggle. I am very, very, very emotionally down, and it's called for concern to all Biafran, every well-meaning Biafran. I am so much disappointed at these three men who call themselves wise men or whatever. At the initial stage, I hold them to a high esteem, but at this time around, the reverse is the case. I am prepared to go to a wedding now. I only come in to say hi to you guys.
Thank you
Merry
so much.
Christmas.
Please don't get demoralized. Don't get demoralized. Just take up your spirit. There is nothing that is happening now that is not the will of God, and it must happen. If it doesn't happen, maybe something worse will happen. We are happy that it's happening now, so that when our prime minister comes out, it will be much more easier and faster. Don't get demoralized. I understand how you feel. Even those of us in the cabinet and those of us in the media, we feel the same. For you to see somebody you are pursuing something with, all of a sudden begin to change and begin to speak in a different manner, it hurts. It hurts. Even us, it hurts us, but we must have to continue. Go ahead, my brother.
Where it hurts me most is when these people drag in our military into this struggle, rather than for them to focus in defending our land. The military are now been talking in social media, siding one side of the people, inciting crisis in the running of the government. This is cause for concern. I am asking, who is doing this to the Igbo people? Who is doing this to us? What is wrong with us? Power grabbing. If these men knew that all their wish is to grab power and to be recognized by holding power, Nigeria is there for them. They should go to Nigeria. Definitely, if they admit to give the Fulani Caliphate what they need, they will give them access to power. They should leave us alone to fight for our freedom, because we want to be free. We want to be liberated. They should not come and stalk us here. This is unjust. A well-knowledge person like Nkere and Van Van Van, these men whom I hold to a high esteem, all this while, all of a sudden, due to quest for power and influence, one could be recognized by all costs, by all means, even if it will take the destruction of the struggle we have been building for a very long time now. This is very bad.
It is.
This is very bad. I swear to God. This is very bad. But I hope on Chukwu Kikabia. He is our strength and our motivation. He will continue to guide us on the right path until our Prime Minister comes out. We will continue to pursue the right course. Gradually, we will get there.
Yes.
All hail Biafra.
All hail Biafra.
All hail Biafra.
Biafra.
All hail Biafra.
All hail Biafra.
Thank you, my brother. Keep it up.
Thank you so much.
Keep it up.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. My greetings to the family and the kids. Happy Christmas to every one of them. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
I
you.
appreciate it. Yeah. So, my fellow Biafrans that are watching, wherever you are watching us from, you must understand that I can understand how everybody feels. Those of us, you can imagine how we feel ourselves. We feel the same way. Don't think that the feelings, these worries are just limited to you. It's not just limited to you alone. We also feel the same way. It is not something good for you to see a fellow comrade all of a sudden begin to speak against what he stood for a very long time. It's very difficult to be able to comprehend that. But the courage we always have is that we have learned from a very powerful force. For those who are just joining this struggle yesterday, it might be a difficult thing. But for those of us who have been following from the time of Mazen Nandekano, my own self in particular, I begin to pay strong attention. I became fully involved from 2015 when Mazen Nandekano was arrested. That was when I began to follow up closely. So from that time, 2015 up to now, you know how many years is that? We have learned a lot of lessons. We have seen so many things come and go. We have seen so many people, strong men have come and gone. People you never believe in your life that they will betray, they have come, they betrayed, and they're gone. And in one of the speech, Mazen Nandekano said that the only person he trusts that tomorrow morning that person will still talk about Biafra is himself. You can imagine. Mazen Nandekano say the only person that he trusts that once he wake up, he know that person will still talk about Biafra is himself. As for any other person, he cannot guarantee. And I want you to hold that same mentality. I want you to hold that. The only person you know that can talk about Biafra tomorrow is you that is watching me. Don't stand in for anybody, not even for me. You can't have a guarantee for me. Don't have a guarantee for me or anybody. The only thing you have to do is to focus on the United States of Biafra. Whoever stepped in accordingly through the structure, focus on that very person and support that person. Focus on that person. The person that steps in through the structure, on that, just focus on that person. The person that the mantle falls on, the person that the spirit of Biafra falls on, focus on. Your eyes should be on the rising sun, not on individuals. We make a great mistake when we put our eyes on individuals, but because these individuals will fail. These individuals will definitely, they will fail in such a way that before you recover from disappointment, it might take you time. When you put your hope on people, when they fail, before you recover, it is going to take you, if at all you can recover. Some people will never recover. Some people will never recover. That is why you must not put faith in anybody. Because if you put faith in people, once those people fail, you might not recover at all. Because of what transpired, there are some people that will decide not to participate anymore. There are people that will decide to begin to talk on their own and do something else. It takes an extra strength, extra wisdom. It takes the fact that you are focusing on the rising sun. That is the only thing that will make you stand. No matter who falls out, you might wake up tomorrow, your brother will tell you, oh, I'm no longer interested. You go ahead. Your father might disown you because of the cause of Biafra. Your brother might disown you, your mother might disown you, your best friends might run away from you. They might decide to choose somewhere else. The only thing that will keep you going is where your eyes is, on the rising sun. As long as you're focusing on the rising sun, nothing is going to stop you. But when you are not focusing on the rising sun, I bet you, it's going to be very difficult for you to survive. Very, very difficult. You might not even survive at all. I say you might not survive at all. There are some of us that have so much trust on human beings. You trust some people that so much, oh, because this my brother talks too much about Biafra. He shouts, he makes noise about Biafra. He is always talking about Biafra. He is very eloquent. He is very this and that, talking about Biafra. Any day the person fails, you fail. No. Whoever is standing in on the right part of Biafra, pursuing the rising sun, support that very person. But once the person deviates, let them go. Let them go. Continue your journey. We know our enemy, as I was saying. Our enemies are the British. There are some Western countries that have interest in Nigeria, and they are doing everything to see that we stay down. The cry that the Biafran people are crying today is a genuine one, very genuine. Every human being on the planet Earth knows that we are pursuing a genuine cause. The tears we are sharing today is genuine. What we are asking for is genuine. Biafrans are not terrorists. They are only asking for self-determination, the right to take decisions and do things on their own. That is what they're asking for. They didn't just get up today to begin to ask for that right. It is because they are being rejected in a country where they are supposed to be a citizens. Biafra land today is the fowl that laid the golden egg. Biafra land is the fowl that laid the golden egg. But that very fowl that laid the golden egg is dying of hunger. And you want them to keep quiet, not to talk. Biafran people have tried everything humanly possible to see that the zoo works. There was a time we are trying to see that it works. Starting from Dr. Nnamdi Azikiwe and again, our eternal leader, Dim Ojukwu, took them to Aburi to discuss the goodness of Nigeria. The discussion at Aburi was not for separation. The discussion in Aburi was not for separation. It was not for Biafra to go. No. It was for them to maintain the Nigeria, every region on their own, and do things the way it's supposed to be. The discussion in Aburi was to save Nigeria. But because the British saw it was not going to serve their own interests, they used the caliphate to destroy it. They used the same divide and rule. They used the same divide and rule. They told them, no, if you allow the Biafrans to go, they are the ones that have the wealth. You are going to suffer. If you allow them to go, you are going to suffer. Don't agree with that agreement. Even when there is resources in all parts of that country. Every part of Nigeria has resources that can satisfy them. Every part of Nigeria have enough resources. Every state have enough resources that will make them what they are. There are countries in the West today that don't have a single drop of oil. But their human capacity made them what they are. They provide service for the whole world, and they're doing great. Many countries of the world that don't have oil, but they are doing wonderfully well, well developed. Citizens well taken care of. But in Nigeria, every state in Nigeria has a resources that will sustain them. But the British, because they want to be in charge, planted the seed of discord, taught the Janjaweed the issue of the divide and rule, and they continue on that path of divide and rule today. Even when we try to make it work, they never agreed. Ojukwu did everything possible to make sure that there's no war. You know, for a long time, they have been peddling lie. They say Ojukwu caused a war. Ojukwu never caused a war. In fact, Ojukwu brought a solution to Nigeria. But instead of taking that solution, what did they do? They brought war. And millions of Biafrans, especially children, lost their life. We didn't stop there. We didn't stop here. Even after the issue of the war was truncated, the issue of the war, even before the issue of the war, first of all, after the coup, they call the coup, the one they say that is the Igbo coup, which is not Igbo coup. The Igbo coup that they are carrying everywhere, the propaganda, that even the British were the ones that created that propaganda. British were the one, the BBC were the one that released the news. Who were calling that coup Igbo coup? It was the BBC that started it. Even when they know that there were Oduduwa people in that coup. There were people in the Middle Belt in that coup. But the BBC announced it the Igbo coup, and Nigeria picked on it. It was a coup by the officers, military officers of Nigeria. They did that. It wasn't even a coup, it was a revolution. A revolution by young officers of Nigeria, not Biafra. Young officers of Nigeria, not Igbo. Young officers of Nigeria, which includes all tribes. The only difference is that then, the people that dominated the military then were mainly the Igbos. Not because they dominated it by force, or it is by wisdom, knowledge, understanding, experience. They were the most educated within the military, and they were much involved than others. The British, when they heard about the coup, when they heard about the revolution, they called it a coup, and they called it Igbo coup. It was the British that announced it via BBC, and the Caliphate captured it. Before you know it, they preach it to their people. The North captured it. A revolution conducted by young military officers against fraud, the same fraud you are seeing today, against fraud. Just after their independence, against fraud, those young officers conducted that very revolution. And it wasn't for them to take over. It was to put a Awolowo to be the president, to put somebody from the Southwest. But what did they do? They lied. The British lied and told them it's on the Igbo coup, and they bought it. They preach it, and before you know it, the same people that stopped the coup was people from the Biafra land. People from Biafra land were major. They were active in the stopping of the coup, of the revolution. And from there, Aguiyi emerged. Aguiyi, when he came, he also tried by him also to try to build one Nigeria. Aguiyi was not a Biafran. He wasn't a tribalist. In fact, Aguiyi is not, he doesn't identify with Igbo as such, no. Because Aguiyi in his time, he surrounded himself with Northerners. He surrounded himself with Northerners and people from the Southwest. Aguiyi, his best man who died along with him, who they murdered along with him, was a Yoruba man. That's to show you how liberal he is. A Yoruba man put his own life on the line for Aguiyi. He said, instead of you to take my visitor, take me along with him. A Yoruba man gave his life. A Yoruba man gave his life and died alongside with Aguiyi. He said, you cannot take my visitor. If you want to take my visitor, take me along. So these were liberal people. They were liberal. Aguiyi surrounded himself with foreigners. That was why his own ADC, this idiot now that is talking up and down, connived and took the life of Aguiyi. Danjuma, is he from the south? He's from the southeast. Aguiyi surrounded people from himself with people from the north and the middle belt and all. Even when he was warned to be careful, he never cared because he felt he was free with them. Aguiyi's plan was to make sure that the same one Nigeria people have equal rights. He wasn't fighting for the Igbo race. Neither was he fighting for the Biafra. No, Aguiyi was a one Nigerianist. But you see how they ended him up. You see how they murdered him. Today, Aguiyi is not remembered anywhere. There is no stone laid anywhere to remember Aguiyi, even though he was a head of state who they murdered. There was no remembrance of him anywhere. And so many other officers that they murdered during their counter coup. And today, they don't even talk about the counter coup and the number of officers that lost their life. They don't care about it. You will come and see them referring to the revolution that happened with Nigerian soldiers, which the British helped them to target Igbo coup. The Igbos has always taken that chance to make sure that the zoo works. But whenever we make that step, it backfires on us. It brings death. Ojukwu tried also. Aburi, what did they do? They truncated it. Do you know that Mazen Nandekano also tried? Mazen Nandekano also told them, go and discuss about restructuring. Go get me the restructuring. That was what he discussed with the politicians. After his arrest in 2015 and release, he had a meeting with all the politicians in Biafra and all the governors, and he told them, they told him to drop the agitation. He said, I will not drop the agitation without anything. What do you have to offer? They said they want to go for restructuring. He told them, okay, go for restructuring, bring restructuring, then we give to our people. Once they accept it, I have no problem with you. If our people say that restructuring is okay with them, I have no problem. Go. But you can't tell me to drop what I have when you're not offering anything. And what did they do? They left. When they left, instead of them going to bring that very restructuring, what did they do? They went and they brought Python dance. Python dance that took the life of many Biafrans. thousands died. 28 men were mowed down in the home of Mazen Nandekano. Jack was killed, the dog. The parents of Mazen Nandekano lost their life in that process. The case Mazen Nandekano is still facing today is generated from that very angle up till now. The evil that men do. Mazen Nandekano gave them that chance. They never did anything. Instead of bringing the restructuring, they brought Python dance. That is why in the era of our Prime Minister, Master Simon Epa, you see them again talking about restructuring. To hell with their restructuring. We are not interested in it. They are talking about regional government. To hell with their regional government. We are not interested in it. And you hear our Deputy Prime Minister, DrNgoziOrabueze, repeated it on the day of convention. I reminded them that for a long time we have been asking you for this restructuring and you never agreed. We asked you for regional government, you never agreed. Now we are no longer interested. The Deputy Prime Minister made it very clear on the day of declaration in Finland that we are no longer interested. All these are manipulation of the West who are interested in the resources in the zoo. They always come in with through one angle or the other to manipulate things, but that their manipulation will not work anymore. We have had enough, and we are no longer going to allow it to happen. Today, where we are is on focusing on the real thing. We are focusing on Biafra. It is either Biafra or Biafra. That's nothing else. Our request is legitimate. We are not requesting for something that has not happened before. We are requesting for something that other parts of the world have tried and it works for them. Our pursuit today is not a selfish pursuit of self-determination. It is a legitimate cause that is going to favor every indigenous person in Nigeria. The call to end Nigeria is a call to save life and to save humanity. Get it straight. Know it and know peace. It is a call to save humanity. It is sad that some of them in that country think it's about us. It is not about us Biafrans. It is about every individual. Things that have been practiced in other places and it works. That is what we want to do. And I want you to listen to this very video of our Prime Minister, where he mentioned how countries have splitted and they succeeded. I want you to listen to this very program I'm about to play. That was made by our Prime Minister for you to get a clue that we are on the right path and what we are asking for today is not something that has not been done before. It is the right thing. Regardless what they say, what they do, the propaganda and blackmail, we are on the right path and we will continue to pursue it until we get what we want. Let's listen to this very message.
In 1776, the United States separated from the United Kingdom by declaration. Today, they are the world power. In 1830, Belgium separated from Netherlands. Today, they are one of the most powerful countries in Europe, both of the countries. In 1965, Singapore separated from Malaysia. Today, they have transformed into global financial hub as a result of the separation. Why is it that when we call for separation, Nigeria and their criminals will be calling us terrorists? Don't fall for it. The past separation has led to the upsurge of economic development in the case of India and Pakistan, Norway, Denmark, Switzerland. Each of these separation has led to the upsurge of economic and development. In 2002, East Timor separated from Indonesia. In 1921, Ireland separated from the United Kingdom. Today, they are one of the powerful countries we have. In 1944, Iceland separated from Denmark, demonstrating that nations can part away without violence. Why do you kill Biafrans? Whenever we say we are fed up of Nigeria. In Nigeria, where you have dangerous diversity, in Nigeria, where you have the northern part of Nigeria practicing Islamic State, practicing Islamic Sharia law, and they have different culture, different laws, different rules, different everything. And with that kind of mentality and setup, we can never develop as a nation. That is the reason we call for the separate state, and of course for independent state for Biafra. Apart from the killings,
genocide against our people, and jihad. In 1905, Norway and Sweden separated and goes their separate ways. Today, they are one of the most powerful countries in Europe because of the separation. In 1947, India and Pakistan separated. The list can go on and on and on.
You have seen it. You just saw it. The list can go on and on and on. So, but in our own case, when we ask for these things, some people will make it look as if we are asking for something that is out of this world. When we make this request, some people will be acting as if we are making a demand that is not supposed to be made. But in other way around, we are asking for our rights. And nothing on the planet Earth will make us stop making these demands. Already, Biafra has been declared. Today we are seeking for recognition, and I bet you that recognition is coming. It's coming. And I want every Biafra to pay attention to the politics of Africa today. Chukwu Okike Abiama is about to do something. You know, Mazen Nandekano said that the Biafra will come in such a way that no man will take a glory. And I can see it. Let us pay attention to what is happening in the zoo. Pay attention. Do not get carried away. Pay attention to every single thing that is happening in the zoo and around the zoo. Information that are coming from all parts. Remember, we woke up and we heard that France is bringing their soldiers into Nigeria. France is pushing their soldiers into Nigeria, Sokoto to be precise. Every one of us saw that news. And when you see the moves of Nigeria, you begin to understand that Nigeria has no future for any citizens. They have no future. They have no plan. In a time where the African countries are moving away from the colonial masters that are holding them captive. And one of the worst colonial masters in Africa is France, the French people. France is one of the deadliest colonialists in Africa. The people that are holding captive for years are walking away. Then ask yourself, why is it that it is now that your so-called Nigeria will go and embrace France? Why is it that at this point in time that Nigeria will go and embrace France? At a time that they know, at a time when they know that France has nothing to offer. At a time that all the people that are being colonized by France are running away from France. That is the time Nigerian government is going to embrace France. They have not yet freed themselves from the hand of the British. They are now taking themselves back into the hand of France. And you think that Niger will be silent about that? You think that Burkina Faso will be silent about that? You think that Mali will be silent about that? Today, you see in broad daylight Nigeria giving France a space in their border with Niger for France to begin to stay there and destabilize Niger. Chukwu Okike Abiama have a way of fighting our battle for us. Already have seen the president of Niger come out to make a speech and lay accusation on Nigerian government that Nigerian government today with France are sponsoring terrorists to use them against the Mali people, the Niger people. A president is making this accusation. You know, when we say that Nigerian government is a terrorist government, some people say we are making it up. Today, it is not we saying it. A neighboring country is speaking and bringing evidence. The involvement of France in terrorism in Africa is not a secret. It is something that everybody knows. And today, they are playing that same game. And guess what? They are playing that game using Nigeria. They are playing that game using Nigeria. You can imagine the most populated African nation, as they claim, the giant of Africa, as they claim, they can't even protect their territory. And I ask, why are you still holding on to this most populated African country? Why are you still holding this large space that you cannot be able to manage? Why are you forcing people to be in that cage when you know you can't manage it? The most populated African country, you cannot provide the food your people can eat. You can't even provide security for your people. You can't even protect your land and your space. Why are you still allowing people, forcing people into this cage that you can't be able to manage? You are going to bring another colonial master. France, that has a very bad record when it comes to Africa. Today, you see the drug baron dancing on bed with France. And you see the Niger people sending their warning. We are watching. I thank Chukwu Okike Abiama for our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa, the Upholding of Biafra land. I thank Chukwu Okike Abiama for DrNgoziOrabueze, who is today standing in for him. And most importantly, I thank our Spirit Mazi Nandekan, who led all this foundation. We cannot be taken unaware. The breakup of Nigeria is imminent. There was a time when the new government of Niger came in, our Prime Minister extended the hand of fellowship to them. Our Prime Minister also extended the hand of fellowship to Mali and Burkina Faso. And I bet you, the enemy of your enemy is your friend. And the friend of your enemy is your enemy. We are watching, and the government of Biafra, we are going to defend our territory. As Nigeria is gradually going into war with Niger, Ivory Coast, and Mali, as France is using Nigeria as a test ground to see if they can be able to truncate the government of Niger, I pity you one Nigerians that cannot see what is coming. As for us Biafrans, we are more than prepared. I urge everybody to prepare their ground. The Middle Belters, secure your region. The Oduduwa people, secure your region. This is the time. This is not the time to focus on Biafra and talk about Biafra, Biafra. We don't have your time. Think about yourself and stop prognosing on our own issue. As for we are more than prepared. I bet you Biafrans are more than prepared because we saw it coming. Today, the drug baron is gradually dragging you into war. You must be prepared to face it. You must be prepared to face it. It's going to happen. But we, the Biafrans, we have already secured our territory. And there is nothing any man can do to take us back to Egypt. If we are ready and prepared to fight until the last man standing, our territory is going to be protected. Our territory is going to be secured. Wherever you are, the one Nigerian is. There is danger coming. You better focus on that danger and stop talking about Biafrans. For us, we are prepared. A lot is going to happen in time to come. The Niger government have given warning to Nigeria. The Niger government know that we have declared Biafra, waiting for recognition. Burkina Faso, Ivory Coast, recognized Biafra before, and they have not taken back their recognition. We are going back to the drawing board. The government of Biafra is already making moves. Wherever you are as a Biafra, pray for DrNgoziOrabueze. Support the United States of Biafra under the Prime Minister Mazi Simon Ekpa, that is today under the command of DrNgoziOrabueze. Prepare yourself for what is coming. Don't get yourself involved with these blackmailers and propagandists that are filled everywhere. This is not the time to pay attention to blackmail propagandas. It is the time to focus on the real thing. And I thank Chukwu Okeke Dadawa, Deputy Prime Minister, DrNgoziOrabueze, is more than focused. The whole world is watching her. You can see already. The Janjaweed are already reporting. The Janjaweed media are already reporting her. That is why I tell you that anybody that comes and tell you, oh, I don't know who is on the right path and who is on the wrong path. These are the dangerous people. Sorry. These are the most dangerous individuals. Ignore them. Ignore them. This one that will come and tell you, oh, I don't know who is on the right path or who is on the right path. I don't know who to support. Oh, or they will tell you that I'm standing in the middle. I'm still in the fence. Ignore these people. They are the real enemies of Biafra. Because even our enemies knows who is who. For those of you who don't know what is happening, let us go briefly into the platform of the Biafran government. Let us see what is happening in that place. It will equally help you to understand what we are trying to explain. What you are seeing here is the government platform. This is United States of Biafra government platform. That is what you are watching. And I have told you that you should follow this platform. Every information you see in this platform is authentic. This is the only platform you can follow and get the real information. Either you are following here or you are following our Deputy Prime Minister, DrNgoziOrabueze, or you follow the Media Secretary of Media, Secretary of Information, Dr. Agi. Either you are following Secretary of Information, Dr. Agi, or you're following the United States of Biafra government platform, or you're following the Deputy Prime Minister's platform. These are where you can get authentic information. And this, what you can see in Biafran platform. This is the update that was posted there. This is from Sahara Reports. And let's read what it says. It says, again, Niger junta leader accuses France of arming Boko Haram, funding Nigeria to establish terrorist operation center in Sokoto and others. This is what is happening now. Nigerian government, sponsored by France, are funding terrorists in Sokoto state. And the person you are seeing here is the president of Niger, and you think he will be quiet about that. If you believe that he'll be quiet about that, you have to think again. You have to think again. And the next one there is posted still on government platform, and it was shared by the Secretary of Information. For those of you who don't know her platform, this is the platform for the Secretary of Information, her private platform, until the official one is open. The official one is going to be launched soon. Once the official one is done, but for now, Princess Agi, Dr. Agi, once you go there, you get update also. These are the platforms you can follow. And this is the information she posted. He said, Thursday, December 26, 2024. Facts. Attached is a copy of invitation to the former financial secretary to attend Briggy cabinet meeting after several failed attempts, plus usual Briggy meetings notice. Note, he did not honor this invitation. You know, when we were telling you, when some of them they would tell us go and reconcile or go and call him, go and talk to him. Finally, you know, the government of Biafra doesn't speak very fast. We watch them play their games before we respond. Some Biafrans are worried. They say, oh, we want peace, go and negotiate. Why did he talk to him? Why? This is evidence. This was the invitation that was sent to him. This invitation was sent to the ex-finance minister that has double name today. I don't know the name to call him. Whether I will call him the first name he answered or the second name. I don't know the name I'm going to use to refer him today. This was a notice that was sent to him. And the notice reads, Government of the United States of Biafra, Office of the Prime Minister, Brigade. Formal notice to the Finance Minister. He said, Dear Minister Oge, the Brigade Cabinet has requested that this correspondence be sent to you regarding your absence in our meetings. As the Finance Minister, your position comes with a huge obligation and responsibility in regards to this management of finance of the United States of Biafra government. On this note, the Brigade Cabinet has summoned you to show up in our next cabinet meeting on the 7th of December 2024 to have the opportunity to address the cabinet as to the reason for your absence during our 4 to 5 meetings. Failure to comply will amount to negligence of your duty to the government, and the cabinet will be compelled to make decision for the best interests of the government. Due to your unresponsiveness in reporting to the cabinet meetings, the cabinet has decided to postpone this week's fundraising. Finally, all activities from your office will be put on hold until these clarifications are established. Signed, DrNgoziOrabueze, Chief of Staff, on behalf of Prime Minister, Government of United States of Biafra. This was a letter that was sent to the man today that I don't know which name to address him with, because there are a lot of names he answered. I don't know which name to address him with. This was the letter that was sent to him to come to the cabinet and explain, and he ignored all these letters. He threw them to trash, ignored them. 5 meetings he never attended. So these are informations you will find on the government platform, and I urge every one of us to always go there and get informations so that you will not be distracted. Every single information you are seeing there is legitimate, and we must not allow ourselves to be distracted. My fellow Biafrans, I appreciate every one of you that is joining. My brother Okafor, thank you so much for joining. You're welcome. You're welcome, my brother Okafor. Go ahead and speak to Biafrans. You're welcome. Thank you for joining.
Brother Choose, how are your family?
Very well, thank you.
Happy New Year in advance.
Same to you. We made it.
Yes, so I will continue to make it. One day like that, now so good to rejoice for Biafra.
Yes, absolutely.
Thank you, my brother. You are doing a very great job. My prayer is that God will give you long life, prosperity, and sound health to enjoy all your labor.
You see?
In the Chukwuka name, I pray.
You see?
My brother, you are trying. I wish people will understand what we are saying and key in and follow. It shame me. Up till now, people never understand the game. Nkere, Sonia Agbarawa, and the Raphael Ajere and co is playing. So people that followed them from the cabinet, my brother, the thing powerful me. So this life where we reject from Nigeria, now people won't carry enter Biafra. My brother, you no go walk, oh.
You no go walk.
You no go walk. You no go walk. We reject bribery. We reject corruption. We won't carry enter Biafra. No way. Like I normally say, my brother, people don't understand why God carried the children of Israel to pass a long journey for wilderness. There are some people that God doesn't want to take into the promised land. And the world, those are the people that died on the wilderness. There are some people that land of Biafra don't reject already. So for the way things are playing out, you understand that these people are not doing all this thing with their clear eye. How person then go carry sugar, put for person mouth. The person go vomit and go they find quinine where he go drink. No be to be that. What do you want to give in? What do you want to give in exchange with your freedom? Waiting be that. Waiting. I'm sorry for Oge Nkere. Like what I said earlier. I told them, we people have worked and Biafra have seen your effort. As they stop your work, you go and be a father to the new one that are coming. Help them, direct them. Because we have other things you can do in future. A lot of things is still pile. A lot of things still pile up. Then we go see do the main campaign to elect the leaders. You don't know the one you fall in. But with this thing you are doing now, don't you see that you are playing with all you have labored for? And now look at how they carry Sansan go put for their garage. Shame on to them. It's quite unfortunate. This one show all that they know all these things what they do. No one what they do with their mind. They are all planning for a day like this with their evil and the selfish motives. You want to be PM. You want to overthrow Simon Egba. Where were you when Simon Egba come up? Are you people not on the game before? Look at Algeria, where they just pardon upon all the holy atrocity where he commit. They still pardon him. He still go on this pathway. A betrayer remain a betrayer. A sabo remain a sabo. A sabo remain a sabo. If you watch my speech all this while, I was just trying to see if we can settle this in-house. That's why I was calling the elders to call the both parties together and talk to their elders and resolve this issue in the house. But where there now, we don't see where then they go now. This is pure coup d'etat. This is pure coup. And the way that people are still listening to them is quite unfortunate. But time shall tell. After this race, we go count the miles. So Biafra must be defended, whether anybody like it or not. Biafra must be defended. All these games where they play, I want to tell them that Chukwu Okike Abiyama is one fighting this battle. Chukwu Okike Abiyama is one fighting this battle. If God decide to use you to perfect his work, don't take the glory. Don't take the glory. God can use even stone to defend Biafra. God can use trees to defend Biafra. God can use ground to defend Biafra. God can use water to defend Biafra. God never start any project and leave it halfway. We are God's project. And he will never leave us until he finish that which has started with us. We have a promise. We are in a covenant with God Almighty. And God never break a covenant he has with his children. So the one Nigeria list. I'm sorry for you people who don't go. No matter anything when I like, make una they do. Nothing can stop us. Nothing. We are moving forward. The Bank of Biafra have been approved. Is it not a plus? We are moving forward. The next thing we go here now, say America don't recognize us. And other countries will follow. Other countries will follow. Then, by then, we're going to know what we're doing ourselves. My brother, you are working hard. You are working very, very hard. God will help us. God will help us. My prayer is that all this effort will never be in vain. Let people hear all we are saying and understand the angle we are coming from. And understand how can finance minister now want to topple the government, where is the chief of the staff? You are under the chief of the staff. You should take instruction for the chief of the staff. They are procedure. Everything have procedures. Government have a system of operation. Then which means since these 4 days now where they do this queue, I begin to see that even the thing will happen to our leader. I feel like these people hand the day inside though. Because me, I don't see a monkey hand for inside the soup. This thing now don't make me, I don't think a lot of things. Because with what they are doing, it show all that they know even they think of how our leader will come out. With this thing what they do now, to make somebody tell me how these people now go they plan how this man go come out. But whether they like it or not, in no distant time, Ohamadike, the Obatobia, will join us.
Thank you so much, my beloved brother. Let's allow Marshall to speak. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Thank you for that contribution. You have spoken very well.
Thank you, my brother. For now.
Thank you, my brother. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Merry Christmas. I know you are still enjoying your Christmas outside. Keep on. Do as I do. Extend my greetings. Thank you so much. Marshall, if you're there, Marshall, please go on and speak to us, Marshall. Let's hear from you.
Can you hear me now?
Loud and clear.
Yes. God bless you, Brother Chicks.
Bless you.
Yeah. I'm going to say one thing, you understand, because it is always good that God knows why He gave us 2 ears and 1 mouth, so that we listen twice and speak once.
Yes.
You know, while you were reading that letter of sermon, you understand?
Yeah.
What came to my mind is what is written is written. You cannot defeat what is written with mere talks and lies.
Yeah.
You understand? Now, when you were reading that letter, in that letter, you specifically stated, Chooks, if you go back to it, you will see you said that we've summoned you 4 to 5 times to attend our meeting and you failed to come.
Absolutely.
That is an evidence to show or to prove that actually that this man deliberately decided not to attend the meetings because he had something in mind. That's one. The second thing again is that in that same letter, it was specifically stated that because you've not attended these meetings, we will postpone henceforth any further fundraising. What does that mean? Yes, what does that mean? It means that the letter that the chief of staff wrote suspending the fundraising was as a result of this letter that you just read.
Absolutely.
Which is following the trend, because a lot of times we miss the facts. This is a fact now.
Yeah.
So this fact is the one that proved why the chief of staff actually suspended the fundraising for 1 week, which these people use now as an excuse to attack her. Now, because it is always good for people now to read in between the lines.
Yes.
And you understand? So when you read this letter is enough to prove that these people are a bunch of crooks. It speaks for itself. Now, you see, that is why I keep saying that whenever, even here where we are now, when things happen, they say write it up. When you write things up, that is a proof that this thing happened.
Yes.
Now these people are now coming back to tell us that, as I was listening to the former information minister, he was saying, that the chief of staff cancelled the meeting for 4 times between 5 days, 5 days to the what do you call it? The convention in Finland.
Yeah.
Now, this letter is enough to prove to well-meaning Biafrans that anybody that is following these people is a saboteur.
Absolutely.
You understand? So you see, all this while, Brother Chooks, I've not had the opportunity to come out to speak on this matter because you understand. I sat back and said, "Not again, not again." This is the same thing we experienced during the inglorious period when our our leader was kidnapped from Kenya. This is exactly what happened. Now, I stand here to prove that you can't fight the government. Is it because we are still, people think that it is not a government? Now, whatever they are doing now, let them not think that it is something that they will do and get away with it. They can't get away with it. Now, what I'm trying to say is this. I'm saying this thing because they say once bitten, twice shy. We cannot afford to be making the same mistakes over and over and over again. What do I mean by that? This is what about Einstein called absolute madness, insanity.
Yeah.
Now, this is the same thing that happened when some group of people hijacked our account during all this time past. The same thing, it keeps happening. Now, I will suggest, I don't know, Chooks, if you have a way of passing this thing to these people, you put checks and balances, put layers that will prevent a reoccurrence of this kind of a thing where one individual will now come and hold a country, because now it is no longer a group. It is a country. We hold a country, Biafra, to ransom. It's unbelievable. It's unthinkable. Now, if you've been following me, there was once when our prime minister used to broadcast. I came on his program and I told him, look, this idea about people thinking that it's okay to sabotage and get away with it, that I find it quite, somehow. And I only told the prime minister then, before he became the prime minister, I said, look, I will suggest that we adopt the idea of the way that the mafia groups behave. Any sign of sabotage, they don't treat it with kid gloves. No. If you sabotage any mafia group, that's why I told him that I like watching mafia movies. Because I don't believe in this kind of sabotage that people think they can do it and get away with it. In mafia organizations, when you sabotage them, the penalty is your life. The penalty, there's nothing like I beg, oh, forgive me. So when people keep on talking, let us reconcile. I am completely opposed to the idea. How can you reconcile with a sabotage? Even in well-known countries, sabotage is seen as treason.
No second
and
chance.
treason. No second chance.
No second chance.
So they think that we're still an agitation group, forgetting the fact that they are dealing with a government. Let me tell you, whatever they have done now is on record. Whenever Biafra is already here, but whenever we take absolute control of our territory, the two things that is available for them is prison sentence or punishment by death. I keep saying it. In the olden days, when my father used to tell me, in the olden days, when this kind of a thing happened, even in the local communities, they take you to the backyard. But you understand what I mean when I say they take you to the backyard? You know what that means?
Yeah.
They take you to the backyard, and that will be the end of you. When you sabotage your community in those days,
that's right.
Why do people think that it is okay to brazenly and openly sabotage the freedom of your people? I don't get it. And the thing that baffles me is that even the people that call themselves smart people, no wonder our leader, Mazinam, they call them intellectuals. Are following these people. The people that are following, can't you listen to this man? This man that has so many names. Even this is a proof that he's a criminal.
That one alone. That one alone.
Yeah, that one alone is a proof that this man cannot be trusted. How can you, today you're answering Ogen Kerry, tomorrow you're answering Isaiah or whatever. As people are still following him and sitting with him and supporting him, it boggles my mind. I don't understand it. It's a shame. You see, here where things are organized, when you now come today and say, oh, my name is Isaac Johnson, and tomorrow there's a proof to show that you answer another name, Mohammed Abbas. That is a proof that you're a criminal. There is nothing that you will say or do where things are organized properly and they will believe you.
No.
And for Christ's sake, for goodness sake, why would Biafrans be following this man and gather themselves to declare him acting prime minister? Even that act is treason on its own. That act that they've done can never be forgiven. I don't know what he's doing. Our prime minister is not dead. Our I keep telling people, from the world I see things, our prime minister, the highest they can put him because of his status in the society, he did not commit a criminal offense. He did not commit any offense against Finland. And therefore, the highest they can do to him is house arrest.
Absolutely. You're right. 100% correct.
That is exactly what that one is going through. Because people do not see through the fog, because our people are blinded. Our people. That's why Mazinam said that our people, that what baffles him is that our people can't reason.
Can't reason at all.
So our prime minister, Brother Chooks, I'm telling you now, is watching everything that is happening. Our prime minister is seeing everything that is happening. That man is still there.
Very much.
And in less than 1 month, Brother Chooks, in less than 1 month, some other people have gathered themselves together and decreed that we want a leader, another leader. It is akin to what the children of Israel did in Egypt. Moses went up to the mountain, for only 40 days, Brother Chooks. We don't know what has happened of this man. And they went and built a golden image. And said, Israel, here is your God that brought us from the land of Egypt. 40 days. Yet, before Moses went up to the mountain, God came to them and they saw God face to face. And God spoke to them from a pillar of fire, a pillar of cloud. They saw him. The Bible says that the earth quaked. 40 days, they forgot all about that. And they went and built an image made with human hands and started worshiping it. That is exactly what do I call him Ogen? I don't even know what to call him. Is it Isaiah or Ogen? That is what Ogen and all his cohorts, that's exactly what they've done. Less than 30 days, less than 1 month. In fact, in less than 2 weeks, they have gathered themselves together and selected a leader already. So sudden. It is appalling. I'm using this opportunity to call upon all Biafrans. Anybody that is following this proven criminal, anybody that is following him or speaking, you are doing this at your own peril. And I'm saying this thing that the whole creation will bear witness. Let the earth bear witness. Let the heavens bear witness. Let the air we breathe bear witness. Let the waters and every body of waters bear witness. Let everything in creation bear witness. They are doing this thing against them. Let the earth revolt against them. Let the heavens revolt against them. Let everything that keeps human life alive, that is in creation, revolt against them. When they go to the mountains will be melting and fighting them. When they go to the seas will be boiling and fighting them. When they stand on the earth, unless they will not stand on this earth, unless their barefoot will not touch the earth. And that is why in the olden days, when we want to talk the truth, they say remove your shoes and stand on the earth to speak.
Yes.
When people see the truth, I begin to twist it and openly come out denying the truth. You see, it doesn't matter how far and how long they continue to peddle these lies. It is a matter of thing. This letter that you read today has destroyed all the lies that they've been saying. It is written because what is written is written. It cannot be changed.
Never.
And it will be used as an evidence against them. It doesn't matter what you get. Come back tomorrow to tell us, that the COS, change the idea, change the meeting, did not attend the meeting 4 times. The letter stated clearly there. The evidence is there. I don't know what else Biafrans need to know what is the truth and what is not the truth. I rest my case. God bless you, sir.
Thank you so much, my beloved brother Marshall. I appreciate you. I appreciate you so much. Thank you for that wonderful contribution. And I wish you a Merry Christmas. Thank you so much, my beloved brother. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I can see DrNgoziOrabueze. Gregory, go ahead. Speak to us. Let's hear you.
Thank you so much, my brother Choose.
You're welcome, my brother.
Greetings to all the men in the house and all the Biafrans all over the world. This is my first time to come to your program. Happy Christmas and the joy of the season. Yes, to add to what my brothers everybody have said, the exposition this morning was wonderful. So any blind person can hear it. Any deaf person can read it. So the truth there is people see the road, but they hate truth. Because when you go through the whole statement and what this man Nkeri or whatever they call him, alias Isaiah Anyaogo.
Isaiah.
So any true person, any honest person, any disciplined person, any man that doesn't have corrupt mind and know what we are fighting in Nigeria is corruption, deception, and the evil they have against the Biafra. Somebody who's saying he wants to be our leader, he wants to be the leader when Simon Ekpa is not there. This demand have never come into this agitation with his good or with his real name in the first place. That means he is not sure of what he has come to do, and he was not real in the first place. So if he were real, he cannot give fake name. That's number one. Number two, he came out the other day, he told you that he's using his money to sponsor Biafra. Somebody who is using his money, they invite you, say, okay, come, let us know at least how you have been helping us, to know how much we are owing you, to know how we can move forward. Our PM have problem. Let us discuss to know the headway to tackle his case to tackle about his release, to tackle about the finance and how we can put things in order since we have declared Biafra. It surprised me that the people who called themselves professors and the doctors who were in that declaration, and they signed this document, and they come out today and telling you that declaration was fake. And tomorrow they will tell you we have declared Biafra. And they signed these documents and they call themselves professor, knowing what the implication of signing the documents is. That is another one apart. I wonder how somebody who told you that he have billions in Nigeria, what properties worth billions and businesses in Nigeria, how that person can fight for your freedom? How that person can fight Nigeria? And people are listening to that. He told you have billions. Tell me the person who have what billions in Nigeria that is fighting for freedom. It is impossible. He's a criminal. So if he have billions and he want to come and destroy the billions or destroy the fight for freedom, it's not possible. It is impossible. So he's there. And what people don't know is, it surprised me. People would think that when somebody comes, he will tell you, I'm a sabo. He cannot come and tell you, he says, and you know what he's fighting for. He's fighting for his billions that is in Nigeria not to be destroyed. So he can do anything to make sure that he protects his interest in Nigeria, not for the interest of the Biafrans. So that's what the people must understand. So, and he's so unfortunate for him. God is aware of all those things ahead of him. So, and every Biafran is now awake. A person like me can start up and come into the every program talking about Biafra and not being afraid. You know, it has gone to the level that if we want to die, let us die once and for all. Absolutely. And if we want to live, let us live. Because that is what I believe. If 100,000 people remain in Biafra land and they will have good life, let those who survive have good life. That's what I believe. Not you fight, you are afraid to die, and you trust him, you are dying, we are dying more than the chicken, and you will still die. It makes no sense. So it doesn't matter how many remain in Biafra land. Let those who remain have a good life, and they will know, and they will start having a good future. That's what I believe. So this man is a pure liar, and those things that have been accused him of, he has never come one day and stand on his feet and denied anyone. No. He never denied sharing money, buying people both in homeland and abroad. He never come and deny his evil name and tell us why he had two double names. He never denied anything that he had been accused of. The only thing he is trying to put himself is in the position of want to be Prime Minister of Biafra. Shame, shame, and shame on him. Thank you, my brother. Carry on with the fire, and God is on our side. I give chance to other people to speak.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I appreciate you, my beloved brother. You have spoken very well, and that is the spirit. We Biafrans, we are not sleeping even in the mood of the celebration. We know what is happening, and we will continue to hold onto that banner and continue to speak the truth and nothing but the truth. So once again, I have to encourage every Biafran, wherever you are on this planet Earth, we have a responsibility to defend our nation and protect it. The United States of Biafra, under the command of our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa Njoko, the Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces, and on the supreme command of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the Ahmadike of Biafra land. Today, under the command of the Deputy Prime Minister, DrNgoziOrabueze, every one of us must defend this nation. We must defend this nation. The office of the Prime Minister today that is running the affairs of Biafra must be protected. It is not about the individual. It is about that institution. We must all devote our power, our strength, our mind, our money, and everything that we have, our time, to protect that institution. The institution is for you and I to have a life. More especially, those of us who are still somehow linking themselves to one Nigeria. I'm sorry for you, including those of us who are still serving in the Zoo military. Any Biafran that is still serving the Zoo military, even including the Oduduwa people and other people, you are still serving there. Sorry. Your name is sorry. You don't know what is coming for you. The Zoo has no plan for any one of you. The Zoo has no plan for any one of us. And it is time that we take the bold step and walk away. Walk away. Go and defend your region. If you're a Biafran, join the Biafran forces and defend your region. If you're Oduduwa, join the Oduduwa people and defend your region. If you're Middle Belt, defend your Middle Belt. If you're an Arewa, defend your Arewa. Already, the zoo is already aligning themselves up with the terrorists. You can see the Niger government opening mouth and speaking. It is not a blackmail. It is real. We have been telling the world that Nigeria is a terrorist country. They don't agree. Now, other countries of the world are speaking out. And I believe that we have to wake up because this is the time. There is one short video I want to play. For those who think that Nigeria has any plan for them, those who are still serving in their military, those Biafrans who are still serving in the military of Nigeria, and you think it will benefit you, serve the zoo and you come back in shame. Let's listen to this very short clip.
In 79, you have not gotten one kobo or the money.
Kobo, nothing paid. That's
since 79.
79, the money they give.
Years now.
Elder Adebayo, when did you retire from the army?
I retired in 1979.
1979.
April 1979.
When did you retire from the army?
I retired from 1979, October 1979.
79. So, did you hear of the president's directive that all retirees should be paid?
Yes, sir. We heard of it.
Have you been contacted by the military authorities?
At all. Nobody contacted us. And this is exactly what they have been doing for long. This is not the first time.
What is not the first time? This is not the first time the president will issue directive.
Yes. And they will not follow it. They will neglect us.
Yes.
In the year 2007.
Yes.
In the year 2007.
Yes.
President Yaradua gave such instruction.
Yes.
After the verification we did by then, I have the papers here. He gave the instruction. But unfortunately, the man died two months later. After the death, we are informed to come to Odogbo cantonment at Ibadan.
Okay.
To be told that all the computers used get burnt. Then I asked the officer, if it is true the computer get burnt, what of the master list?
Don't you have a backup?
He said he doesn't know anything about computer. What he was told to inform us is what he was telling us. Then I said, okay, assume the computer get burnt and you cannot lay your hands on the master list. Can't we have another verification? He said he cannot tell us. And that was the end.
Is it that since you retired in 79, you have not gotten one kobo or the money?
Kobo, nothing paid. That's
since 79.
79, the money they give.
Years now.
79, the money they give us money to pack away from the barrack. That was 900 and they give me 930 something naira. That was that time.
Less
to
than
pack
1,000.
away. Yes. To pack away from barrack. That is.
Did you retire or were you dismissed?
No.
Dismissed.
We retired with a voluntary discharge. We have our certificate. Everything is complete.
Now you see, for those of you who are serving the zoo and those of you who are aspiring to serve the zoo, you can see what awaits you. This is your fate. This is what awaits you when you are serving the Zoological Republic. They are telling you to go away. You wouldn't listen. We are warning you. You wouldn't listen. We are telling you to do the right thing. You wouldn't listen. What is coming your way, you can't handle it. What is coming, you can't be able to face it. These are people since 1979 up to date. Serve the zoo and come back in shame. If not, they are even lucky that they are alive. Wherever you are, if you are a Biafran, serve the Biafran people. Join your Biafran forces. If you are Oduduwa, join your Oduduwa forces. If you are Middle Belt, join your Middle Belt forces. If you are Arewa, go to your Arewa. That is the only alternative. While your government today is embracing France, asking France to come and colonize you again, the France that other African countries are running away from, today your president is bringing them, opening a camp, and you think it's a child's play. I thank Chukwu Okike Abiyama for our Supreme Leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, who knows the clock and time. I thank Obato Obie, the Prime Minister, who knows the time and what to do, and unveiling our forces. And I thank our Deputy Prime Minister, DrNgoziOrabueze, for holding on holding on and carrying on United States of Biafra. And for the record, any Biafra that is here, I want you to know that our men on the ground are intact. Don't have any fear, because that is one of the things they used to make people fear. They make you be shaken. So forget about those online broadcasters. When we talk about the men on the ground, they are intact. You know, we are not in this game of coming to play voice message. As I'm sitting here, I have a lot of voice messages from the men on the ground. But I will not come here and begin to use it as propaganda to make you happy or to make you clap for me. No, I wouldn't do that. It's not necessary. Informations are coming. We see those of us in media, we are getting informations on the ground from the men on the ground. But I will not come here and begin to play it for you, because that is not why we are here. We know who the enemy is, and we will face them. Give the Biafrans the real information. That is why we are here. I appreciate everyone that have been with me on this program. I have been here almost 3 hours, and I have to end it because I have another program to attend. So I'm going to be rounding up now with a closing remark from my panelists who are here with me. I'm going to be receiving closing remarks so that I can run the program and prepare for my next program. My beloved brother Okafor, go ahead and give us your closing remark as we close up the program.
Thank you, my brother. Biafrans, so I'm calling everybody to open his or her eye to what is going on. With this letter that we'll see today, open the nyash of the Nkere and Co. What they are doing is deliberate. No, today they begin the plan. This queue, we don't take. You don't take within the plan. You see, I said earlier when they call our leader for questioning, that all things work together for good. That this thing that happen for a purpose. See, and a breeze don't blow now. We don't see far. So these are the plan on the ground before. Now, Ogenkere sees our $60,000 in account. He must give account of it. If you like, make it take and bribe anything bribable. Is on his own. At the due time, he will give us account, even the interest of the money. So please, I'm pleading on Biafrans. Please don't listen to these liars. Don't listen to these betrayers. These people are criminal. With this now, all of us have understand what transpires. They are criminals. They are criminals. Our Obatobie is coming out. We will treat them according to the law of Biafran. Whether they like it or not, everything must come into judgment. Everything must come into judgment. So please, make we follow who know road. Obatobie is one our leader say we should follow. That they bringing a new dimension into this struggle. Now, other people now want to show order now them know the road. Please, don't deviate. Stay put. Follow who our leader say we should follow. He's one that hold the template. And the template I've handed over to Dr. DrNgoziOrabueze, the Deputy Prime Minister of Republic of United States of Biafra. Is the one to follow. Please share her program. Share her program. Debunk every lies from these saboteurs. Please. Let's follow who know road. My brother choose. God bless you. May God bless United States of Biafra.
Bless you.
May God bless our gallant men on the ground. I pray that no weapon of fashion against them will prosper.
Never.
I pray that these saboteurs will not deceive them. I pray that God Almighty will open their eye for them to know the truth and follow the truth.
You see?
This I pray in Chukwuebiama name.
You see? Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. My beloved brother Marshall, please give us another warm closing remark before we leave.
Thank you so much, Brother Chooks. Thank you, my brother, that you quality spoke. You spoke well.
Thank you.
I just want to say one thing. one thing that ndị Igbo na-ekwu that eziokwu na-agba ka ọnwa. Eziokwu na-agba ka ọnwa.
Yeah.
And why do I say that? I said that because Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said, I will destroy Nigeria with the truth. And when people now begin to exchange truth for a lie, it grieves my heart, particularly when we are chasing for our freedom, when we are pursuing our freedom. But I will say one thing that I said during the time of the debacle between the autopilot and the DOS. I said one thing, that because truth will always prevail, and that I will make a statement that my brother-in-law used to say in those days. He said, time is a perfect prophet. Absolutely. And I'm going to say it here. Time is a perfect prophet. It is only time who is saying the truth and who is not saying the truth. So, having said that, it is just a matter of time. What is not the truth will give way for what is the truth, because there is no way a lie will defeat the truth. And therefore, you cannot say you are a follower of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu or a follower of the Prime Minister, and you come this far, and these people will come and be deceiving you and you follow them. Then all this while, you've been telling yourself a lie. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, my beloved brother. I thank you all that have helped today to push the message. It is our gospel. It is our message. The responsibility lies on every one of us. Any place you find yourself to preach the gospel of Biafra, and we must be recognized. The pursuit of recognition is also in speaking the truth. That is it. You can't be recognized as a liar. Speak the truth wherever you find yourself, and our recognition will come when it has to come. Thank you all for being part of this program today. I pray that Chukwu Okike Abiama will guide and protect all of us as Biafrans. May Chukwu Okike Abiama guide and protect our Deputy Prime Minister, DrNgoziOrabueze. May Chukwu Okike Abiama guide and protect our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa Njoko. May Chukwu Okike Abiama guide and protect our Supreme Leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. I pray that Chukwu Okike Abiama will be with us in all our dealings. No weapon formed or fashioned against us shall prosper. No weapon formed or fashioned against our Deputy Prime Minister, DrNgoziOrabueze, shall prosper. No weapon formed or fashioned against our Supreme Mazi Nnamdi Kanu shall prosper. And no weapon formed or fashioned against our Prime Minister shall prosper. Thank you all for being part of this program. I will see you again next time tomorrow by the special grace of Shukogema. Thank you so much and stay safe. Remember blessed. Thank you, my beloved brother.
Thank you, my brother. Thank you. Remember blessed.
and free our Prime Minister. We no go lie. Our enemy, they try to annihilate. Free them now before it's too late. In unity we go they strive. Fight for freedom, we go alive. With courage and strength we they fight. Mama Biafra, our guiding light. Oh, Mama Biafra, your children they cry. Finland free our Prime Minister. We no go lie. Our enemy they try to annihilate. Free them now before it's too late. Freedom no be small something. Now waiting we they demand without fronting. Biafra land, we want them strong. With Simon Ekpa, we go march along. From the east to the west, we they shout. Mama Biafra, yeah, I call no doubt. Enemies close, but we stand tall. Together we rise, we no go fall.